Let's talk about the American markets here. One of the biggest weights on the S&P right now is Tesla. Tesla's CEO Elon Musk warning of a rough economic road ahead in an internal company memo, saying, quote, "This has been a very tough quarter, primarily due to supply chain and production challenges in China. So we need to rally hard to recover!" Exclamation point. Here with more is Bloomberg technology correspondent Ed Ludlow. Ed, it feels like we do this every quarter. Why does Elon Musk put us through this?
Yeah, it's certainly a rallying cry. As you said, it's an usual thing to happen at this point in the cycle. You know, the quarter ends, of course, at the end of June. But the context here is that, remember, the Shanghai plant in Tesla, which has really become the engine room of global production, was shut down for around 3 weeks in April. We got data Friday that May production for Tesla was really strong, around a rebound from April, where they produced around 33,000 vehicles, up from 10,000 in April. But he's getting people going. He's saying to his troops, come on, let's do this. You know, there was some that started this year hoping they'd deliver around 1.5 million vehicles. The shutdowns in China have really thrown that into doubt. But there was other detail in that memo about things going pretty well in Berlin, in Austin, and here in Fremont too. So despite the stock being down around 5%, things are optimistic.
The shares, Ed, have taken something of a hit. I'm assuming that he knows that the rest of us will get to read this. Does he care?
Whether he cares about the share price or not, I mean, we got news of the stock split on Friday, right? 3-for-1 stock split that had been telegraphed. This is something that Tesla, of course, has deployed in the past. The share's down below $700 a share. The stock split makes sense. Why wouldn't you do a stock split if you can make the stock more accessible to a retail investor base that really believes in Elon Musk and really believes in the story? There was actually a second memo that Elon Musk sent over the weekend to his staff saying that he actually didn't care about the richest person on Wall Street, quote. He cared about the sentiment of the workers and them knowing that what they were doing was building something important, right, that had an impact on the world. You read between the lines. We have to draw inferences. Every time I come on, I have that caveat. I have no idea what's inside Elon Musk's head. But if you read the wording of his memo, I think he's very conscious of Wall Street and the share price and, frankly, doesn't give a damn.
Ed, walk us through perhaps some of the issues that you're seeing when it comes to, sure, there's the production issues in China right now, but there's also perhaps production issues in other parts of the world, Germany, even Austin, Texas. How is Tesla dealing with that?
Yeah, Tesla has definitely demonstrated it's more nimble than some of perhaps the legacy automakers here in the United States, even those in Europe. Having vertical integration in its production system helps. You know, they pivoted, for example, on the semiconductor issue to a new chip supplier and were able to rewrite the code on the back end, which other automakers just simply can't do. They don't have the talent or the nimbleness to do it. You know, the thing that really is hurting everyone right now, ironically, is gas prices, right? Tesla is still loading up these vehicles onto big rigs, semi-trucks to move them from A to B. The logistics environment is very tough. You're having to pay a premium in order to get things done. And this fits in with the memo that was sent, right? A rallying cry at the end of the quarter. It's often a sprint finish for Tesla, but they've been very transparent in quarterly earnings about the margin pressures coming from this environment on the commodity cost side, but also the logistics side. And it will be interesting in the next quarter's earnings to see what the real material impact of that was.
Ed, do you think he's paying attention to what's happening in the crypto market? He was once its biggest driver. No longer, but nevertheless a factor.
This one's really interesting, especially those Tesla shareholders that wish things were a bit more straightforward. You look, I'm basically going off some tweets that I've seen, but Tesla holds Bitcoin on the balance sheet. We'll have to wait until the next quarterly earnings to see what the impact of that was. In the same time, Elon Musk has been tweeting about Tesla and SpaceX accepting payment in Dogecoin for merchandise, which is, you know, a clear bet that cryptocurrencies are real, that they're usable in the real world. I think if you're a Tesla shareholder, you probably want some communication from the company on what the strategy is with Bitcoin, because now it will show up in a material way on the balance sheet.